The unsettling hum of the train's overhead lights was the first whisper of the nightmare, a low, persistent buzz that drilled into Rain's skull long before the man in the dirty trench coat ever stepped out of the bathroom. The air itself felt thick with an eerie, almost metallic scent, a prelude to the terror that was about to unfold on this desolate night journey. Rain, oblivious to the impending dread, found comfort in the rhythmic clatter of the wheels against the tracks, lost in thought, the distant mournful blare of a train horn echoing like a forgotten lament across the vast empty plains outside. Her soft footsteps had been the only sound for a long while, a reassuring cadence in the otherwise silent carriage, until a sudden, loud thud from somewhere further down the corridor jolted her, sending a shiver down her spine that had nothing to do with the chill of the night. Then, the sharp, decisive slam of a door pierced the quiet, and a tense, almost predatory silence descended, broken only by that incessant, buzzing light. A chill, primal, and unyielding began to seep into her bones. Next stop is Eagle Mountain Station. The conductor's disembodied voice crackled over the intercom. A fleeting moment of normalcy in the encroaching strangeness. Rain, trying to shake off the growing unease, pulled out her phone, the soft buzz of an incoming call, a welcome distraction. Yep, we're just coming up to Tier 1 now. So a couple more stops, and I'll be in Bulara. Yeah, sounds great. So I'll see you on the platform when I get there, she chuckled, forced sound, hoping to dispel the phantom prickle on the back of her neck. Yep, okay, see you soon. As she hung up, the conductor's voice again announced, next stop is Tirwa Station. The train groaned to a halt with a screech of brakes, the soft buzz of the light overhead intensifying as if mirroring her rising anxiety. That's when the door to the adjacent carriage creaked open, revealing him. He was tall, gaunt, with eyes that seemed to hold too much darkness. He didn't look at her directly, not yet, but the way his presence filled the space, the slow, deliberate quality of his movements, spoke of something deeply wrong. Rain tried to ignore him, but the soft footsteps of the man as he returned to the bathroom, only to re-emerge moments later, were like a drumbeat of approaching doom. The loud boom that rattled the carriage neck sent her heart leaping into her throat, followed by the slow, agonizing creak of the toilet door once more. He was out again, and this time, his gaze found hers. Hi. Sorry to interrupt. She heard a woman's voice, hesitant, breaking the oppressive silence that followed. Rain hadn't even noticed the other passenger approaching. Hello, Rain replied, her voice a little too tight. Look, I know this might sound a bit weird, but have you noticed that guy that keeps coming in and out of the bathroom up there? The woman asked, her eyes wide with a shared, unspoken fear. Rain felt a jolt of recognition. She wasn't alone in noticing. What about him? She managed, trying to keep her composure. He keeps going into the toilet and he comes out just before each stop. The woman's voice was barely a whisper. Okay, and Rain prompted, a terrible premonition forming. He's been looking at me, and it's freaking me out a bit. The woman's confession mirrored Rain's own unspoken terror. So he looked at you? Rain asked, a sense of solidarity replacing her initial fear of seeming irrational. Yeah, in a way that's made me walk up to a total fucking stranger and try to ask them for help. Her desperation was palpable. Help from what? Rain questioned, even as her gut screamed the answer. Look, it seems like he's waiting for me to get the train. Just as the words left her lips, a loud, sharp buzz from the overhead light made them both jump, followed by the creak of the door. He's doing it again, the woman whispered, her eyes fixed on the man. Okay, maybe he's not feeling well. You need to calm down, Rain offered, though her own heart hammered against her ribs. The conductor's voice cut through the tension. Next stop is Lansvale Station. The man, like a predator circling its prey, locked eyes with Rain one last time before slipping back into the shadows. A soft click of a lock, then the creak of a door. And then the eerie music began, a low, throbbing pulse that seemed to emanate from the very walls of the train. The loud buzz returned, constant now, a maddening drone. Hey, I need help. Hey, I need help, anyone. Rain's cries were swallowed by the empty carriage, her frantic fingers fumbling with her phone, trying to call for help, but the network was gone. Only the rapid keyboard clicks of her increasingly desperate attempts broke the silence. Next stop is Bulara Station, the conductor announced, his voice a death knell. The train screeched to a halt, the tense music reaching a crescendo, the loud buzz deafening. The door creaked open, and there he was, standing in the doorway, his silhouette framed against the dark platform. "Stop it," Rain pleaded, her voice trembling. But he advanced, his movements deliberate, menacing. The terrifying loud boom of something heavy hitting the carriage floor sent a fresh wave of panic through her. "Get out of my fucking way," she screamed, a raw, primal roar escaping her lips as she shoved past him, a desperate bid for freedom. The eerie music swelled, enveloping her as she stumbled onto the platform, her breath catching in her throat. She whimpered, her legs burning, her lungs aching. As she ran, the sounds of the train fading behind her. She reached her car, fumbling with the keys, her hands shaking so violently she could barely insert the key. The door locked with a satisfying click, and the roar of the car engine starting up was the sweetest sound she had ever heard. Rain sighed, a shaky, exhausted breath, as she sped away, leaving the nightmare of the train behind. But as she drove, a faint light buzz started from somewhere within her car. A soft, insistent drone, and in her rear view. Mirror the faint shimmer of the train's distant eerie lights seemed to pulse with a malevolent unblinking. Promising that some horrors like the moths that devour everything in their path would always find their way to you no matter how far you ran.